Alright, what up everybody? Today, well, this video will probably span over a couple of days, but for right now, we're going to install the FDF kit. Haven't really ridden this thing in a minute, but I probably will. It just got cold outside and it got too cold to ride it around without like 3 layers of jackets on. But I was having issues with the chain. I think I sorted that out now. If I do end up popping any more chains at this point, I'm just going to upgrade my whole entire chain sprocket system to a bigger chain because it's some bullshit. Still battling the 12 volt circuit. I found out that the light that I had was bad, but I think I fried it now because I just fried the second one as well. And I'm thinking that it's a 12 volt only, and I tried to hook it up to this DeWalt battery straight up because the tail light will take that voltage. The LEDs don't seem to mind, but I guess even just being 18 volt over 12, it does not like that. So I'm still trying to figure it out. That's the only thing that's really missing on my bike, man. I need to wire up these levers so that they hit with the brake light and basically the headlight, and just put that on a switch to work with this battery. Now, the funny thing is I may end up buying another converter that goes from 20 volts down to 12 to run this. So we'll see. I got space for it and a bracket in there, so it's not the worst. Also, I'm gonna put these street tires on there. I have to order the front and maybe some tubes to make this happen, but that's gonna look nasty. This thing, it looks super wide without any air in it, but should fit in there, I hope. I don't know. Might not even fit. Might have to get a smaller back tire. But I got this one for free from Mike, so no big deal. Everything's been working amazing. I haven't really had any issues with any of the electronics or anything. I kind of love it. It's kind of a turnkey thing and go. No maintenance. Zero maintenance. I lube the chain. That's about it. Also, no overheating without having fans on it. I haven't hit over temp. Motor's still doing fine. But yeah, that's a dirt bike update. The chassis is nowhere near ready. It's become a storage spot again. I started doing cam bearings in the block, so I had to rip the crankshaft back out of it. Which I kind of thought I could do it without taking this out, but it just turns out it's easier to see everything with this gone, and it wasn't that much work to take it back out, so I just took it out. Anyway, I started already, of course, in classic Modded by P fashion. I have the lower control arm pretty much mounted up, and I just wanted to look to see kind of like what bolts I'll be using, and I'm not even sure that these are correct. The FDF instructions are kind of not that great. They don't really tell you that much. They show you with like little camber plate things for the anchorman kind of do, and they tell you like some recommended settings, and they show you like the orientations of how the arms are supposed to face with the bushings and all that. But that's about it. They don't even tell you which hole set to use here. Now essentially this kind of would give it like more positive caster, I guess, or negative caster. I'm not really sure how that works, but on the different setting. So I'm not really sure. I kind of have it on the further away setting because I think that probably will be the best. And I kind of just unturned all of these helm joints, Heim joints, however you pronounce that. You already know. I kind of did them like 3 turns outwards. So I must say, before I go any further with this, it's pretty much bolt together, so this isn't going to be a crazy long video or anything like that. But I'm having an issue, and I actually just sent out an email a couple minutes ago in a little video to them at FDF, that is, about this bracket here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. See, it got these 2 little teeth here that are supposed to line up with the hole spacing on your actual, you know, rack or whatever, but when I do that, it literally puts this in a downward position, which I don't think that's correct. It may be, though. I'm not sure that I know that I'm doing this correctly, so I kind of called them to ask for some clarity. As far as I think this thing is supposed to be flat like this, basically as if I had my rack relocated forward, which I don't. It's in a stock location, and they actually say that this hole over here that's lined up straight with it is actually for if you do have your rack already relocated. FDF finally contacted me back and said that I have some weird version of an S13 rack that they've seen before, but basically they just suggest that people cut the notches on the flat side of the actual rack where it would actually make their bracket work perfectly. So that's what I'm going to do. Take my grinder, cut a couple notches in it. They only have to go in like literally a quarter of an inch, not even, maybe 3/16, so no big deal. And that's how you solve this problem. I'm not too happy about this. I don't really know what to do. I started to try to plug weld old plugs. I think I ran into rust and it just kept going. And then I realized how thin a lot of all this metal was over here. I just started poking and prodding on it and you can see it just like, you know, moved out of the way. So I'm gonna have to do something serious here. I'm not sure what yet. I'm gonna talk to some of my other buddies who do some welding and fabrication and kind of just see what their thoughts on this are. At this point, I don't really want to replace the strut towers completely. Like, I might leave the tops. They don't seem to be bad, but these sides, I think I'm going to have to do something. Now, I am going to tube front this, so it'll have a tube going here. And I could always run a tube that goes down to here as well, which is in my thought process, you know what I mean, to stiffen up these on both sides. I am going to be running the strut bar since I cut that thing down and made it fit. So that'll give me some more rigidity up here too, but that's just more shit that I have to figure out. I did order the swap kit, the full swap kit from LOJ. Actually, I didn't order the full swap kit. I don't know why I'm saying that. I actually pieced it together because I'm not going to use half of the stuff that comes in their kit. I don't need their sump relocation. I don't need their sump pan. I'm going dry sump, as far as right now anyway. So I'm just going to save the money that I don't spend on the kit in that aspect, and I kind of just piece it together. So I ended up getting the CD09 adapter kit, come with a flywheel. I got a clutch with it. I got some ARP hardware to go and mount all that stuff up. From there back, I got a drive shaft. Oh, I got motor mounts, obviously, transmission mount. And I got a drive shaft, and I told them that I had a Z33 rear end differential as well. But I don't know, I might just have to re-drill the holes in my drive shaft flange. We'll see. I don't have a whole lot of room on the other side of the car, obviously, because the car is still in the garage. But I do still have to bolt all this stuff up on that side as well and get basically the rolling chassis aspect back out of this car, because I'm going to have to move it out and do some work in the trunk. So what are we missing? We're missing this piece and the knuckle, basically, and it's already connected in one because I was messing with their bushings that fit, depending if you're S13, 14, they have different size bolts here. These are factory bolts, and they look disgusting because they're all rusty. Don't know what I'm going to do about them yet. Probably nothing crazy. Honestly, I'll probably just, like, paint them. I could just buy some new zinc bolts or something. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far yet. But we basically are going to have to assemble the other side because the knuckle's just here by itself. Oh, yeah, these are the 350Z hub versions. So I did order some 350Z hubs, and I kind of have those loosely bolted on just for rolling purposes. All this stuff is going to have to be torqued down to spec eventually. So I'm probably not going to be torquing anything down to spec in this video, just kind of making things tight so it won't move. But, yeah. You can see here that I got the trunk. I'm just taking off all this, what do they call it? Seam sealer. Seam sealer's got to go, so we're getting rid of it all. We're making things smooth. I'm going to stitch weld a bunch of stuff in here and actually use some iron angle bits to secure the frame rails and build basically a fuel cell cage system slash battery slash swirl pot containment unit. Try and go as low as I can in the car, but also as far forward in the car as I can. So, yeah, that's my goals there. Quick update to the trunk, kind of cleaned up. You can see it's got most of the seam sealer off here. Yeah. I'm gonna take this thing and put it in the car. Let's do that. Yeah, and for whatever reason, I decided to cut this little square out of here. I'm probably going to end up adding more metal on top and just welding a plate over it, and then when I paint it, you'll never notice that that thing wasn't factory. But I'm also thinking too, this may be an exit point for my exhaust or something. I'm not sure how people actually run fender exits on 240s. I don't know if it just can't come here because the tire gets pretty close from what I remember to like right here, so can't be there. It's got to be either through this and out here somewhere, right? Or out of this hole It's the only thing I can think of, so I may end up doing something different with the metal when I run the exhaust through here anyway, so we'll see. As of right now, that's my biggest fucking fuck up on this build. I damn screwed both my towers. I should have just left them alone. Should have just left them factory with them holes. Wouldn't have been that bad. I could have got bolts or screws or little things to put in the holes to block them off. But no, I decided I was going to do some extra shit. And here's where I got. But it is what it is. Got to move forward. You know what I mean? Take the good with the good, bad with the bad. Figure out how to, you know, adapt and overcome, basically. Alright, so we got one side pretty much mounted up with these new BCs. Looks pretty good. Seems to have stupid amount of angle, obviously. This thing will almost do like 180 degrees, I think, which is the only thing that limits you is where your tire hits and where the knuckle eventually hits on the inside, which I have the bump stop set pretty far out right now. And you can see my angle is ridiculous. But let me slap the other side on there. The problem is I don't have a tie rod to really secure this. I guess I could screw it in, I just can't tighten it down too tight. So I'm just gonna do that, I guess. Everything's just super loose. Like I said, I don't even have rotors yet, but I think I'll be alright as far as mounting the tire on here to get it back rolling. Looks like I have a serious amount of poke outside the body right here. Like, this thing's gonna be bulldogging for sure. I could probably shorten the lower control arm as much as possible. Or something too. I don't know, I have it, like I said, 3 turns out on either side, so. It's all just a trial and error, experimenting. It looks good up here though. I don't even know which way to put this either, that's the other thing too. Could potentially put it all the way in the forward position. I don't know. Oh, ha, ha. Looks cool though. Sick. Let's do the other side. And with a bit of YouTube magic. Ta-da! But put the tire on this side too, just so I could kind of get an idea of what we're looking like. And she definitely sticks out quite a bit. Now, it's not bolted down or anything, so I mean, it will get a little closer, but good thing I got some over fenders going on the front, but I don't even know if they're gonna be enough, honestly. May have to buy some different ones. Pretty sweet though. I guess I need to adjust the bump stop on this side out and see how far the wheel turns. Already hitting the other bump stop. I don't even hit this bump stop. Tires hitting. Oh, I don't know. All gonna need adjustment, obviously. Sweet, it's on there though. Probably do it for this video. Yep. Stay tuned, more shit, sub me up, come on. I see a lot of y'all watch my videos, but nobody subs me up. But yeah, do your boy a favor, sub me up. This thing's gonna be a nasty little piece of machinery right here. I can't wait.